I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
Terence Crawford, in his latest jab at Canelo Alvarez, claimed that he once whooped Canelo during a past sparring session. The statement surprised many boxing fans, as reflected in the comment section's reactions. To back up his bold claim, Crawford later posted footage from the sparring session, which took place 3 years ago, on his X, formerly Twitter, account. The revelation shocked viewers who had no idea that Crawford and Canelo had ever shared a ring, even in sparring.
You're not a 54-pounder. In other words, you say, nah, he's too small.
That's his take. There's a reason why Israel was so respectful in the fight. Time I let my hands go, he either grab me or move. For the bigger guy, you should have been walking me down. You should have been bullying me. Canelo can say, what do you say?
He just doesn't feel like you're a 54-pounder. He believes that you're a real weight class. And
Our real weight class is 160.
Interestingly, Terence Crawford had previously dropped subtle hints about this, but many fans didn't pay much attention. He had earlier claimed that Canelo Alvarez sought his help during preparations for the Jermell Charlo fight. It was during that sparring session, Crawford says, that he realized Canelo wasn't as formidable as many believed, and that moment gave him the confidence to see Alvarez as beatable. In an older interview, Terence Crawford hinted that he had sparred with bigger fighters like Canelo Alvarez and handled them with ease. "I've been sparring big dudes my whole career," Crawford said. "I can't remember the last time I sparred someone my size or smaller throughout an entire training camp. I'm used to sparring these big guys. It's nothing new to me."
Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older.
And
he does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you named is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
A tough fight.
In the 1-minute sparring clip, Canelo Alvarez was initially pressing forward, but Terence Crawford's counterpunching and movement were so sharp and precise that Canelo struggled to land clean shots. At one point, Canelo missed badly, and Crawford quickly switched stances, took control, and pinned Canelo to the ropes. He then unleashed a flurry of punches until the video ended. After watching the footage, especially seeing Crawford hurt Canelo, many fans rallied behind him once again. This surge in support comes shortly after Canelo's underwhelming performance against William Skull. One fan commented, "Wow, Crawford really hurt Canelo in sparring and stayed quiet about it all this time. He's a real athlete, not one to overhype things." But now I'm wondering, could Crawford actually shock the world and beat Canelo Alvarez? My fingers are honestly crossed.
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Another fan reacted by saying, "After seeing this sparring, I now understand where Crawford's confidence comes from. Canelo clearly can't handle his speed, movement, and athleticism. He loses track of Crawford during critical moments. It's honestly sad." One more comment read, "Crawford will beat Canelo. I've always said styles make fights, and Crawford's style is exactly what Canelo struggles with. He doesn't do well against fighters who move and punch effectively. Mayweather did it. Bivol did it. I see Crawford winning by decision." Meanwhile, a Canelo fan pushed back, writing, "Sparring means nothing. We'll see the real fight in September. Let's stop the noise and just watch. There's no way Crawford beats Canelo. Not in this world.
I just want to know if I'm too small for 168. A lot of people my whole life been doubting me.
Right.
I know I'm smaller than Canelo. I know I'm smaller than these guys.
Yeah, but Canelo's pretty short too. Canelo's
Yeah, we're the same height. We're the same height.
Exactly, for a 68 pounder. But he is a freaking boulder. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a.
The odds are stacked against Terence Crawford as he prepares for his highly anticipated super middleweight showdown with Canelo Alvarez this September. And that's exactly how he likes it. Crawford will face a significant size and power disadvantage when he steps into the ring against the Mexican superstar. Given the uphill challenge, he's been labeled a betting underdog for the first time in his 17-year professional career. It's the kind of scenario expected when a future Hall of Famer moves up 2 weight divisions to face another all-time great, a 4-division world champion like Alvarez. Still, when you examine the tail of the tape, Crawford measures up better than some might expect. Standing at 5 feet 8 inches, Crawford actually holds a half-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach advantage over Canelo. And while Crawford is 37, 3 years older than Alvarez, he has significantly less wear and tear, having fought 25 fewer professional bouts and logged 263 fewer rounds. Despite the challenges, Crawford's calm confidence suggests he's ready to shock the world. I don't have to stop him, I just have to beat him. I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely, Terence Crawford told The Ring in an extensive and exclusive interview. When I look at Canelo, he's a smaller big guy, someone who moved up through the weight divisions. These bigger guys tend to be slower. They might catch him with something, but he often sees it coming at the last moment. They might land a hard shot, but he's able to roll with it and take some of the sting off because he came from lighter, faster weight classes, just like I did. Crawford also recently shared a photo of a scale reading 186 pounds, sparking buzz online. When asked what his current weight really was, Crawford laughed and replied, 140 pounds.
He'd come and be like, Canelo.
You know, you know how Phil do it too,
I'd be like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
So every time he say that, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at it, like okay, and he like he's not that big, he heavy, but he's not that big,
right?
And I'm just like, all right, and I'm laughing, but at the same time it started hitting me like, all right, man.
Terence Crawford began his professional career in 2008 as a 137-pounder. After capturing a lightweight title, he went on to become the undisputed champion at both 140 and 147 pounds. He currently holds the WBA super welterweight, 154 pounds, title after defeating Israel Madrimov last summer. Canelo Alvarez, on the other hand, began his professional journey even earlier, at just 15 years old, fighting at 139 pounds in 2005. Since then, he has claimed world titles across 4 divisions, 154, 160, 168, and 175 pounds. If he gets hit with a sharp punch he doesn't see, he's definitely capable of getting hurt, Crawford said confidently.
The crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. So let's not do that, Canelo.
He's not a machine, he's human, just like me. He bleeds just like me. I'm not going in there thinking, oh, I can't hurt this guy. But at the same time, I'm not going in trying to knock him out. I'm focused on fighting my fight. If the knockout opportunity comes, of course I'll take it. Canelo's only 2 career losses have come against Floyd Mayweather and Dmitry Bivol. He fought Mayweather back in 2013 as a young up-and-comer. Many believe Terence Crawford has a fighting style similar to Mayweather's, which means beating Crawford could prove just how much Canelo has evolved as a fighter.
He's a great fighter, and I always say that, no disrespect to him, but sometimes it's a little crazy that people talking about a small fighter like Charlo. He's big, which he is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face Crawford fighter.
Speaking about the Crawford showdown, Alvarez told The Ring, "You know what? Everyone wants that fight. But in my mind, I need to take care of the Mayweather fight first, and then we'll see, because who knows what will happen. But I know what the people want." He added about the comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, "I want to show people that I am different now, with the experience and the fighter I am today. I always thought I needed more years before facing Mayweather, but things happen, and I've learnt a lot. I don't blame myself because I've grown a lot. This fight is an opportunity to show what kind of fighter I am right now."
147, who is smaller than Charlo. So no make sense when you guys say that right now. At the end of the day, I don't want to have credit to face Crawford, but you never know. You never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So it's possible. Why not?
One of those who believes Terence Crawford will defeat Canelo is Barry McGuigan. In fact, he already has a plan that Bud would definitely want to hear to help strategize for the fight. In an interview with Beway, former world champion Barry McGuigan was asked about the upcoming Canelo vs Crawford matchup. Without mincing words, he shared his opinion. "I think Crawford needs to get back to his old self, especially in terms of his punching power and timing."
Going with Terence Crawford, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
When you see Canelo fading, step on the gas and trade punches with him. But Canelo will know how to respond, Barry recently commented. Meanwhile, Tim Bradley has urged Canelo Alvarez to give Terence Crawford the fight he's been demanding. At 37, Crawford is desperate for the bout but hasn't secured it because he hasn't put in the effort to beat the top dogs at 168 and 175 pounds. Canelo, the unified super middleweight champion, is encouraged by Bradley not to shy away from facing Crawford. According to Bradley, Canelo gains nothing by avoiding this fight. It's more of a way for Crawford to get a golden parachute, allowing him to retire comfortably and live lavishly in a huge Beverly Hills estate during his golden years.
It's disrespectful for Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
It's crazy when you asking about that because you say, your matchup is coming out of the other weight classes and and he's welterweight, so don't make sense. But if the fight makes sense, why not?
A lot of people have him at number one pound for pound. You think that's fair to you?
It's a few people there.
And you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence has more skills than Lara, and I think he can do more. And you're saying that
Crawford showed signs that he may have reached his limit moving up through the divisions after a poor performance in his most recent fight on August 3rd against 154-pound champion Israel Madrimov. Throughout the bout, Terence looked sluggish and struggled to avoid Madrimov's right hand. After that showing, why would Canelo want to face Crawford? Canelo, don't run away from this, Tim Bradley said on his YouTube channel. You already backed out of the Bivol fight. You don't care what people say about you not taking that fight. You're walking around Mexico, and clearly, you don't care what others think. Make the fight with Crawford. It's a fight everyone wants to see. It will give Crawford the chance to prove his greatness to you and the world.
Oh, Canelo is a super strong guy. Man, technique. You already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford...
Everyone's talking about the weight and saying Canelo will knock Crawford out. But when was the last time Canelo actually knocked someone out? You can stop saying he's going to knock Crawford out. Canelo is the same height as Crawford, 5 feet 8 inches. Canelo started his career at 147 pounds. He's not a natural 168-pounder. Bradley pointed out that compared to Crawford, Canelo is bigger, stronger, and more skilled. Crawford, 37, narrowly defeated Israel Madrimov at 154 pounds in August, and many fans believe the Nebraska native is too small and too old to move up 14 pounds to 168 and take on Canelo for his unified titles. Timothy Bradley's opinion isn't widely accepted by many boxing fans, which has caused backlash against him and other experts supporting Terence Crawford. Speaking on the All the Smoke podcast, Ward, who retired undefeated with a perfect 32-0 record, named the two matchups he wants to see most in boxing. I want to see Canelo fight Terence Crawford or David Benavidez. You've got two options: face someone in your own weight class or try to pick on the smaller guy, Terence Crawford.